When a bank is hit by a brutal heist, all evidence points to the owner and his high powered clients. But as a group of FBI agents dig deeper into the case, it becomes clear a larger conspiracy is at play. Hello, everybody. I'm Steve from VALHARTV, and today I'll be reviewing Marauders. It's a 2016 movie directed by Steve Miller. This stars Bruce Willis, Christopher Meloni, and Dave Bautista, Adrian Grenier as well. I've never heard of this movie until I saw it on the top 10 of Netflix. And right now it's on the top 10. The beginning of this movie opens up real quick. It builds up suspense that leads to what I thought was a great heist scene. We get to see the robbers are highly coordinated and they're real tech savvy too. They use smartwatches to talk to people and speakers, so I thought that was really cool. And in the beginning of the movie, it really lets us know really quickly that the banks are owned by a high-powered figure named Hubert, who's played by Bruce Willis. That's his character. Christopher Meloni, Dave Bautista, and Adrian Grenier are FBI agents who are trying to solve the bank heist, and they stumble onto a bigger conspiracy that they introduce later on into the movie. So I thought that was kind of cool. You know, like the bank heist is the main plot to this movie, and I thought that was really kind of a cool plot. But within the first 30 to 40 minutes, it's not bad. Like the whole setup of it, we get introduced to some characters, a few characters early on, and then after that they introduce a whole bunch of subplots that overlap the main plot to this, and it just that's when it really kind of unravels, and it just gets more convoluted as it goes on. There were parts that were a little hard to follow because of that, but we do get to see that they kept trying to bring it back to the heists. So I thought that was kind of cool. They also show and talk about some of the backstory elements of some of the characters. That shows like what everybody's motivations are for what they're doing. And I thought that was okay, because only like one or two were well done. Were actually not even well done. They were done okay, and they were kind of relevant. But for the most part, it just shows, it just adds to the whole convoluted of it because of all the subplots. Everybody's running around trying to do their own thing due to their own reasons, and that's where that stuff comes in. But it's not really well done. The final act is full of revelations and twists designed to shock, the audience, but it really just rips giant holes into the plot. It really, really kind of shuts down the movie and the momentum that it built in the first 30 minutes of it with the heist. So, again, there was a couple of twists, that kind of worked but didn't. It really was an okay movie, in my opinion. The effects were your standard action thriller effects. There wasn't anything really major in it. There was a shootout towards the end of the movie that I thought was okay. It showed some decent shot, people able to get decent shots in against each other. So again, that was like the only real major action scene in this, because this is more of a thriller, like heist movie versus an action movie. Bruce Willis, for the amount of screen time he gets in this, his acting is really not good. He's basically doing the bare minimum to get paid, but I will say that his acting in this movie was better than in Hard Kill, which came out this year. So there was that going for him. Christopher Meloni plays a decent to good FBI agent, and he really makes the most out of this thin character. Really, there wasn't a lot written for this character, so he had to rely on his Law and Order acting to get through this, and it really shows. It really shows that he is an underrated actor, in my opinion. But again, this it wasn't as good as his Law and Order acting by far, but he still carried this movie, I thought, along with Adrian Grenier. He also plays a decent FBI agent that you kind of understand, because it's really everything. Like, all the characters are just too thin, in my opinion, for this. But they both play their parts convincingly. Batista in this, he's resigned to the side role, to supporting role. Supporting role in this, and it's just really, it's an okay movie, in my opinion. It's not like the greatest thing, but it's not the worst movie either. I will say that this movie is better than Hard Kill, and it's also better than the second as well. Which I've done 2 spoiler reviews on, one for each of those. So, this movie really, for me, didn't make me feel like I was wasting my time watching it. I would give this at least a 5 to a 5.5 out of 10, in my opinion. Other than that, yeah, a lot of people are watching it on Netflix right now, which, is kind of neat, but in my opinion, it just wasn't really good enough to watch more than once. This is, for me, it's a one and done. If you guys like what I do, please hit the like button, and also subscribe, as I'll be doing more content each week. And leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this and what you thought of the movie, if you've watched it yet, if you haven't. So take care, everybody.